just do a quick draft. We'll each take 2 players, and if one of our players wins the MVP, $100. Sound good?
Sound good. I'm gonna totally screw this up, I'm sure.
Forget it. I'm gonna take Jimmy Knorp. Sorry, Dallas. You want undrafted somehow. Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. We're gonna do a real quick All-Star Game recap, and we thought we would talk to Jimmy Knorp because he did some cool stuff in that game. Jimmy, thanks for joining us again, buddy.
Hey, no problem, guys. Good to be here. Let's talk some All-Star Game.
All right, let's talk it. For those of you who are new to the show, you got to go back and check out our archives. Jimmy's been on a couple of times already, and on the short list of the best hangs as far as people that we have on the show. I'm Mike. Over here is Trevor. Trevor's the in-house Fade the Mahoney Major League Wiffle Ball expert. We're going to talk the All-Star Game.
You might have to cut that title for me soon, the way that I've been doing things lately.
Oh.
I feel like I'm watching back some of the things and I'm like, I feel like I'm a little spun out lately and I need to put some more attention into detail of what I'm doing, especially like going into that All-Star Game preview. I think we had a couple of snafus of like not remembering exactly the format of certain things and stuff like that. We're going to be better. I'm going to be better. You know, we ask our guests, you know, we've had Cheatham and Chadwick on a lot and we keep breaking their balls about how bad they've been. I need to get better too. So I'm just going to put that out there to the world.
Well, if all you and I did every day was bet on Major League Wiffle Ball, I would not need a real job. But since there's only one show per week,
I need a real job so I can pay for you.
Yeah. 20 years from now, when we're looking back at Major League Wiffle Ball in this season, specifically the All-Star Game, nobody's going to remember who won. But they're going to remember the last out that was made in the game, because it was possibly the coolest thing that's ever been on. Let's talk about the kick. Trevor, I'm sure you've got questions. Ask away.
I mean, just the play itself was amazing because like as it is unfolding, I'm just like, okay, well, game's over. Yeah. And then it wasn't. So I guess the first thing you do is just walk us through the play and what your thoughts were and everything there.
Yeah, so little background about me. In high school, the sport I was actually probably best at, believe it or not, was soccer. Great soccer player, that too. And I think I might have told you guys this, maybe not, but I was also the kicker on my high school's football team. So that was like 2 things about me. But whenever me and the Livonia boys, we kind of play wiffle ball, we run the same rule where like the backstop, all you have to do is get to the backstop before the runner. And actually, I've made this play kind of countless times playing with the Livonia guys where I just kick the ball to the backstop, which I will admit was all I was trying to do there. I was not trying to hit Drew. I was just trying to kick it to the backstop as fast as I could. But the ball, I bobbled the ball and I was, pretty upset because I consider myself a pretty good defender. And that's a play I should make, 99 times out of 100, just catch the ball, throw it to the backstop. But the ball hits the ground and my first reaction was just kick it to the backstop, as much as I can. And I kind of kick it and I see him sliding into home, which I always wonder why guys slide into home in MLW. It just makes you a bigger target, you have a bigger chance to get pegged. But I see that it hits him. Everybody kind of goes silent for a minute and you can't really hear it in the video, but I kind of scream. I go, I got him. Like I yelled, I was like, I got him. I start like walking off the mound and everybody's like, kind of like starts figuring out. They're like, he's out. And so we go to review and we're probably in review for like 5 minutes. And I'm still kind of like walking around the mound, just like kind of talking to everybody. It was like, dude, who even thinks to do that? Like who thinks to kick the ball? Like everybody's joking around with me and stuff like that. And Jackson Pearson was doing the iPhone camera and he kind of walks up to me and I'm like, dude, come on. Did I get him? And he goes, man, you got him. And I start going nuts. Everyone else starts going nuts. So that's pretty cool. It was a pure reaction play, man. And, it kind of sucked the way the game ended, walking the next guy after all that. But in that time, it was a pretty cool play. And it was awesome to make that play and kind of fire everybody up like that. So it was a cool moment. I'll remember it for my MLW career for sure.
No one will remember the walk.
I hope not, man.
You had to feel pretty confident going into review, right? Because if I'm in your shoes, I'm thinking, I just made this amazing play. There's 0% chance they're going to overturn this.
Once I heard the call on the original call in the field was out, I was like, there's no way they can overturn this now, right? Like, it's too close. I was like, there's just no chance. So, yeah, I felt confident.
Drew still thinks he's safe.
He actually, believe it or not, Drew Davis being the guy he talked to me after the game. He's like, I actually think you got me. Like, he was like, I couldn't really tell, but I know the ball did hit me. Like, that's what he said. So it was cool for him to say that. And then, yeah, Barron was the guy running down the line. Barron goes, I wasn't even watching. Like, Barron said he already had his hands up in the air celebrating, thinking he had a walk-off single. And yeah, so he said he was excited to see the video come out so he could watch the play.
Did I see it correctly? Did you kick it with your left foot?
Yeah, I did. I did kick it with my left, but actually, again, believe it or not, I'm left-footed, so it
Okay.
actually wasn't like a disadvantage for me to kick it with my left.
Wow.
Interesting.
You guys, I know you've mentioned his name multiple times, Drew Davis. We can get to that later if you want, but we've got other things to talk about right now. Okay, guys?
Fair enough.
All right. We were hoping to have Alec Ward on here as well. He had a great game, obviously. Do you know how many hits you guys gave up, Jimmy?
Total,
Yeah. 3.
he had 2 of them, right?
3 hits and you guys lost.
And we gave up 7, 8 runs.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's tough to do.
that is tough to do. I mean, our pitching was not great, including myself.
Yeah.
Well, you were okay. It was mostly Cheatham's fault.
Yeah, I agree. We'll put it on Chris.
All right.
I assume the game plan going in wasn't to have you pitch at all, or was that
Yeah.
just of the extra innings?
Yeah, the reason why I kind of left myself in the game as the only one of the starters who stayed in the whole game was to be kind of the emergency pitcher, which is what ended up happening. I stayed in to be the emergency pitcher. My original game plan is with the All-Star game. I know a lot of managers like to go, they give 2 guys 2 innings and then 1 guy 1 inning. But I know I kind of like to spread the wealth. I kind of go I give my starter 2 because he's the starter. He's at the best season. He deserves it. And then I wanted to go 1-1-1. That was my plan. Give everybody a chance to pitch. And probably cost us in the end. I heard on I don't know if you guys listened to the Pipe It Up podcast today, but I actually did listen to it. I don't always listen to it, but Tom was talking about how I could have went Robles another inning. I could have went Dan for the last 2 innings, which to win the game does probably make the most sense. But in my opinion, it's the All-Star game, and I wanted to give everybody a shot, and that's why Chris got in there. And Chris, the series before, he pitched against us, and he was nails. He shoved us down, so I gave him the ball there. And I don't really regret it. Everybody has their off days. I still think Chris is a great pitcher, so I'm all right with it.
Tommy was pretty vicious in
Yeah.
in his criticism. I thought your biggest regret in all your decisions was calling heads.
Yeah, that too. That
That
home
changed
field
it.
advantage would have been nice.
Yeah, that
Tails
changed.
never fails, man. Come on.
That changed everything.
I always go heads. I always go heads.
Interesting.
The other thing that I think gets overlooked is they got 2 extra outs at 73. I mean, you guys were out of the inning like 2 different times, right?
Yeah, speed has been an issue for certain guys this year. Myself and Dan are included in that. We actually, I lost the game. Game 3 of the Mallards this year, we lost because of the speed limit. It wasn't actually in the game. They didn't keep it in the video. I actually struck out Tommy with the bases loaded. That would have been strike 3 to end the game. And then but it was a ball because it was too fast. They didn't keep it in the video. And then the next pitch was ball 4. So I was actually shocked we didn't see that in the video, but we had that game against the Mallards this year. So certain guys, Dan is one of them. I feel like guys whose main pitchers are risers or sliders definitely have that problem with the speed. And Dan, as they say, Dan literally lives at 72. Like Dan, every riser he throws is 71 or 72. It's actually really impressive that he's able to do it. But yeah, that day, I guess he was just a mile per hour off. So he got a couple times.
Extra adrenaline of the All-Star game got him going.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. He came in with the bases loaded, 2 outs. It was a big spot.
Yeah.
What do you got, Trevor?
Well, I guess you kind of answered the question. So you already had that game plan going in of going 2-1-1-1. It wasn't dictated by the fact that you had a big lead at all.
No, yeah, it wasn't. I was gonna do it no matter what. And then once Chris started struggling, I was like, yeah, we gotta get him. Like we can't just let him keep walking guys forever, that kind of thing. So I was gonna go 2-1-1-1. And then I guess I kind of was taking a page out of Zerlag's book last year because Zerlag was the NL manager for us, and he kind of left in 1 hitter out of the starting lineup to play the whole game. But I'll give credit to Kyle. I liked what Kyle did. I think Kyle kept in Warda and Cratch the whole game. Looking back at it, I wish I would have done that with me and Robles. That would have made a lot more sense. But I was just in my head, I was just thinking about what Zerlag did. So that's kind of what but if I ever have the chance to manage an All-Star game again, which I hope I do, I like what Kyle did. I thought that was actually pretty smart.
That was actually my next question. I was going to ask about that if you had considered keeping Robeson in the same fashion that he did. So you kind of got to it before I even got to ask it.
Yeah. I think it was just a good idea. Kind of give like I said, how I said I'd give the best pitcher the 2 innings, which was Dallas. It'd be cool to give like the guys who have been the best 2 hitters so far the whole game, which would have been me and Robles.
Well, since the game the winner of the game gets home field in the World Series. I mean, what's it matter to you, right?
Hey, hey, we got a lot of season left. Don't sleep on us. We're the defending champs for a reason over there, Mike.
All right.
We got a lot of fight.
All right. Can you talk a little bit? The way we cover Major League Wiffle Ball here is until it's played on the YouTube on Friday afternoon, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So we know you did some things recently, but if you just want to talk real quick about the charity that's involved, that you're involved with, I'd like you to give it a quick shout out, and then I have a question for you.
Yeah, so we recently put a series in Vermont on a bunch of mini fields, mini Fenway, mini Field of Dreams, mini Wrigley, and it was the name of the charity is Slam T1D. You can check them out at, I believe, slamt1d.org. Super cool charity that supports type 1 diabetes. I happen to be a type 1 diabetic, so it was really awesome being there. Those guys were super cool to us, nothing but nice, nothing but kind words to say about those guys. They're super nice to me. I got a cool article about my story with them. It was just awesome. So yeah, check out Slam T1D. And I mean, can't say anything else really great about them. The 3 fields they put out for us were crazy. I mean, pictures don't do it justice. Being there was incredible. So just an awesome experience all around.
Cool. And it's sometime in the next 3 or 4 months, we'll be able to watch that series.
Right. I believe actually
September 23rd, I think. Right?
September 3rd, right? Yeah,
I think it's 23rd.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But we're worth the wait. That's all I gotta say. It was really cool.
All
And
right.
it was a good series.
My follow-up question, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit here. What happens with the jerseys you guys wear in the All-Star game? Those things are cool.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of keep them. I kind of hang them up. Me and Chadwick last year did a fake jersey swap where I took a picture with his jersey and he took a picture with mine. We ended up just taking our own home. But yeah, we just kind of keep them. A lot of guys like to wear them around to like tournaments and stuff like that. We have Wiffle in the Mitten coming up. And then, as you guys know, the Midwest Slugfest. So you see a lot of the All-Stars wearing their jerseys there. But I think it'd be cool, if we could like put them on the website or something like that, sell All-Star jerseys, would be cool. But I don't make those calls. But yeah.
Okay. Well, Trevor and I were talking offline about in gratitude of you continually coming on the show and supporting us, of making a donation to that charity.
Yeah.
We were wondering if there was any chance that either your jersey could be auctioned, or if you were interested in selling it to us in exchange for a donation. We can talk about that offline.
Yeah, no, I definitely think about that for sure. I definitely talk about that more with you guys offline.
Cool. What else you got, Trevor? What other hard-hitting questions?
I guess let's go into the Warder at bats and what you were trying to do against him. And I mean, the home run, obviously down the line, what your thoughts were, fair or foul. And have you ever seen Warder hit an opposite field home run before? That might be the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah. In my time in the league, I honestly don't know if I can say I can. In terms of fair or foul, it was really tough for me. I was playing left field, so the ball kind of started, I want to say, pretty much right over third base when that ball was hit. And I know it was tailing to left. So I didn't have a great angle. I normally trust the guys. They're really good at making calls. It's actually kind of incredible how crazy good they are at doing that. Like MLB umpires, they screw up all the time. And a lot of times they get the call wrong. I think MLB actually does a pretty good job. But I think it'd be too hard just to call that ball foul in that situation with how close it was. But Alec Warder he was a man on a mission, I guess. I mean, after last year, it was kind of cool. It's kind of cool, like small story. He made the last out in a 1-0 game against Dan Schultz pitching on the mound. And this year against Dan Schultz, not only does he hit a 2-run homer, but down to their final out again, it comes up to Alec Warder and he hits that single double, whatever you want to call it, off the wall to tie the game. So it was pretty cool for Warder to do what he did. And he's a great hitter. I will say this. When I first got drafted in the league, I was like, I know the league's going to get better every year, right? More talent comes in. We have guys like Jordan Robles coming in the league now. The league's going to get better every year. So you expect guys to get faded out. And I can kind of say this on here because Warder knows I've told him. But like when I first came in, Warder's guy, no baseball experience, right? Just pure wiffle ball. I was like, this guy just has to get worse at some point, right? But no, he continues to get better and better. And it's really impressive what he's been able to do in his career.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Alec a little bit down the road, sometime in the next 5 weeks. I don't know exactly when, but we definitely will.
Yeah.
Everybody wants some Drew Davis talk, so I'm just gonna read the note that I have. He walked 6 times in the game.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah. 6 walks.
Yeah, you don't expect that at all. It's actually, and in an all-star game, I feel like most guys go up there swinging, like nobody really wants to walk, but Drew, just for whatever reason, and it's not like he wasn't swinging. Like he worked some great at-bats. Even that the final walk against me to end the game, I want to say it was probably 7 or 8 pitches. It was I know it was a 3-2 count. He actually hit a foul grand slam, I think the pitch before. So had a really good at-bat there. I was kind of throwing him nothing but sliders. I wasn't really messing around too much. I think I threw probably 98% sliders that inning. So, but yeah, 0 for 0 with 6 walks, pretty crazy stat, especially in an all-star game where you would think the pitchers would be able to throw strikes, but guess not.
Do you think Cratch made that flip to second? Was that on purpose or was that just blind luck?
No, I definitely know he didn't. It was a crazy play, first of all. Crazy play, unbelievable. I got robbed twice in this all-star game.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out Kyle in left field and then Cratch up the middle. I'm pretty sure he was just trying to catch that ball and flip it to second, and it literally just bounced right off his hand, right into Drew's palms. You couldn't have wrote it any better the way it was drawn up for him. So pretty crazy play. It's going to be a top 10 play for sure, but I think it was more luck than skill.
Yeah,
I think he'd admit that too, so that's why I can say it to him. But,
the Kyle play was truly special because that was that was you, right? And that was the end of the first inning, right?
Yeah, that was a great play. That was unbelievable. Quick reflexes, be able to find the ball once you tap in the air like that. That's just Kyle being Kyle. I think nobody can really argue. I think Kyle's definitely a top 5 defender in the league for sure. So he showed that in the All-Star game.
All right, what else, Trevor?
Well, I owe Warda a personal thank you because he saved me $100 because I think Jimmy here was in line to get the MVP most likely, and Mike had selected you as his MVP vote.
Wow.
And so yeah, so I won. I feel like I won money, even though I didn't win anything. I just didn't lose more money than I've already lost to Mike here. So thanks to Warda for coming through in the clutch for me.
Yeah, Trevor here had Robles. So 30 seconds into the game, you were feeling really good, and then two innings later, I had it locked up, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Robles looked like he was gonna take it for sure. Even if we won the game, I probably would have gave it to Robles, honestly. So
no,
I think he might have had.
There would have been a recount if that would have happened.
I have to say, I mean, I have to thank Warda, and as you know, the biggest Preds fan there is, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I got it. I'm just so grateful for the Preds organization.
Right. You're gonna get a ring if they win the World Series. They're gonna invite you and give you a ring for all the fuel you added.
I know.
You're coming to the parade.
I keep just throwing it on too. Like we did the halfway through the season thing, and I'm like, here's why Ryan should not be the MVP.
I don't know. I think through the first 3, till the All-Star break, it's gotta be him or Dallas, right? Is that what you guys thought? Yeah, definitely between those two.
I had Dallas in the lead, but I presented the argument. I presented 2 people side by side with their statistics without saying who they were. And statistically, Sailor is actually having a little bit of better season than Ryan so far. Very small margins, but obviously team-wise, not the same. Yeah. But I mean, you could argue without Sailor, where would the Wildcats be right now with the way that he's performed? I mean, you know.
It's a great point. Great draft pick from Kyle. Like, has been money for them, Nick Sailor.
All right. I think maybe, Trevor, you and I will come back later this week and do a preview to whatever this thing is that's on Friday. Jimmy, can you?
I don't even know what it is.
The fun game?
The all fun game. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do a preview on it. It's a chance for certain guys such as Gus and Curry to prove themselves. I guess that's the way I hope they're looking at it. All
right. Do you know, is it a 3-inning game? Is it a 5-inning game? Do you have any information you can share with us for gambling purposes?
It's 5, and the max pitcher limit is 3 innings.
All right.
Awesome.
Trevor, I'll take the over. Whenever you said it, I'll take it. You saved yourself $100 after making another terrible line on the over/under on the All-Star game. So congratulations on not taking that bet.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I did not take any of those bets. I think the line was good for the national side. You know, having the national side as a slight favorite. I think that was a good line. And then the run total, obviously, that got smashed, but that was going to get smashed no matter what you made it. So I mean, you're never going to make it 14 or something. So whatever it is.
Especially after the last All-Star game was 1-0 last year.
Exactly.
Yeah. as a lifelong Packer fan who every year they have the best team and find a way to lose when it comes down to it, that's sort of what happened in the All-Star game. If you guys played 10 times, you'd win 8 of them, right?
No, I 100% agree. Actually, I think we definitely had a more talented team this year. We just, when you're up 7-0 in a wiffle ball game, it's not a game you should lose.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Shout
Cheatham.
out Chris Cheatham.
Yeah, Cheatham is always going to be.
Shout out Cheatham.
All right. I covered everything on my list. You got anything else there, Trevor?
One more thing. I think we just need to shout out Jimmy for how great the mic'd up segment was. And were there some kids there that day or something for the
Yeah,
All-Star
yeah,
game?
that was pretty cool. We don't get too many kids out at the Meadows, which kind of shocks me, actually, if I'm being honest, because when we have tournaments in Michigan, like, it's a huge turnout. But I'd say there's probably a good 30 to 50 kids there, and there's a good group of them in center field, about 20 of them, and they were talking the whole game, and they're really cool. So, and I'm always, if guys come out and support us, that's what means the world to me. When guys are there looking up to us, that's crazy to me still, that I'm just out here playing wiffle ball and there's little kids out here looking up to me. So I'm always going to take the time to talk to them and make their trip special. So really cool to see those guys there, and they're talking to me the whole mic'd up. That was a long mic'd up segment, so it had to be a good one because there was about 20 minutes of content for Kyle to find. So
yeah,
I had a lot of talking.
Well, shout out to the whole crew. The game was way more entertaining than you would think from a exhibition game like that, but
Yeah.
From beginning to end, super entertaining. I'm good. You guys good?
Got one more shout out too.
Okay.
My son Andrew, he's 8 years old. He's been watching the pitching tutorial over and over again, and he's been trying to perfect the Jimmy Knorp slider. So he's been in the backyard with his wiffle balls every day. I'll take a video of him. I'll post it on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can see him. He's back there trying to work it out over and over again. It's getting pretty nasty. I'm still hitting bombs against it, but it's gonna get there eventually.
Yeah, please do post that, man. I'd love to see that. That's awesome.
All right, Jimmy, thanks again, buddy. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk down the road about the jersey.
Yeah.
And good gambling, everybody.